Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back. How good of you to join to Tropico 6 survival mode once more, living alone on a small volcano island. Yeah, trying to survive until the modern times at least. That's our goal here right now. And if you enjoy this content, I'd very much appreciate it if you support me on Patreon. The link is in the video description. But without further ado, of course we continue ahead. We are fighting some pirates again right over here. And they're on the move, right? They're working towards my city now through the jungle first, probably dying to some spider attacks in the meantime, or perhaps some very aggressive monkeys. You never know really what's lurking out there. And they're on the way now here attacking my lumber mill, right? But the guard tower is in between. Now at the same time, the next freighter is coming in. We don't have a lot to export right now. Some rum and some planks. Do we have the trade routes working here? Tobacco and rum, there we have it. Perhaps some planks in between? Unfortunately, no planks that I can see of, but coffee would be there. So let's go ahead and also create us a smaller coffee trade route. We would need to purchase an additional free trade license, and of course we don't do this, right? And with that, we have them, those three available now. $2,500 is nothing in comparison to having this license now available to us. Now, very important, my industry is struggling a bit because we only have one Teamster office, right? We only have those 6 transporters here. They're doing that. Build 2 plantations, a new crown demand from Lord Roger Windham in order to extend our mandate time. And boy, we need it. We're down to 3 years only on the mandate time. So let's do this. Plantation would be next on my list anyway. Let's get cracking on the Teamster office. Let's also have it somewhere up here then. Close to the other one, most likely. And they will also want to live somewhere here, right? So let's also go ahead and give them some more bunkhouses. Probably, yeah, I don't know. Let's have them on that side here, actually. 2 more bunkhouses that we can provide for these people there. My pirates are working on their last treasury hunt right now. I think we don't need to rescue more people for the moment. I mean, yeah, we have actually a pretty high unemployment rate at this point, which is great, by the way. That's great. That's people we can use for something. But that means also I don't need the rescue missions there anymore. Let's actually go ahead and have some treasure hunts there, because they usually give me some blueprints there as well, or some money, or some raid points. We need all 3 of them, so these are always valuable. We don't need to loot anymore per se, because we have now a pretty decent export industry ourselves. For the plantations, we want to continue with that, of course, on sugar. So we are having now the rum distillery and 1 sugar plantation. 1 sugar plantation, though, is not really enough anymore. So we need to build up another plantation area, and that's probably over here. Let's quickly check it out with tobacco there as well. Perfect. Coffee. Perfect. We have that too. Cotton. Cotton is fine. And very important, rubber is also here. So this is something we can work with. We got lots of different fertilities here, and sugar is the first one. So we can have the sugar plantation then, yeah, somewhere over here. A bit closer, perhaps not too close though, because we don't want to disrupt my logging camp here, right? And let's just make sure it's a bit of a distance there. There you go. It needs to be close enough to still be accessible for my workers, but far enough away that it doesn't disrupt my logging camp over there. Alright, planks, almost 3,000. Rum and corn. This is going to be a decent export. Not something special though. Alright, construction is working. Pirate attack resuming. Let's actually finish this plantation here with the sugar, and we can go ahead with another one right away. We do need it anyway. We could go with coffee or tobacco, and since tobacco is going to be another one of my cornerstone industries, let's build the tobacco plantation as well. Those people will definitely want to have something to live on, so we're going to give them some bunkhouses here as well. Let's make it actually 2 bunkhouses, because the logging camp here obviously also needs some. People are building shacks right next to them, which is not great. Very good, some $14,000 again, 2 more immigrants. We're looking at 140 people right now. The fighting is fine, already 1 down. It's also nothing we need to worry about. We need more sugar though, that's the important thing here. Plantation wise, we're looking at some very good plantations right now. All of them are staffed. And still no volcanic eruption. I think it only happens in the second era then. Very good, the next Teamster office is ready. Let's choose the work mode lose load limit. And also we get some 6 people working on that right away. And as we can see, they're flooding to the streets of Tropico on their way to the industry, delivering resources and getting them over here to the docks. Coffee was actually not exported last time. I don't see that many shacks though, so we should be fine here. By the way, we've also finished those taverns. You can get some good grog and rum out there. This is increasing happiness a bit, makes people drunk as well, forget all their worries. And yeah, they're full, by the way, those taverns. This one and this one is also full, right? So there's no more people, no more room for these people here. And not making profit yet. Very good, another crown demand, and we can extend the mandate time by another 18 months. Let's increase the budget of these plantations to the highest, and then also probably import some more people. We still have 10 unemployed though, but 6 of them are high school. That's not bad. We can use actually some of them soon. Otherwise they will leave the island if we don't provide for them. But I can do something here. So sugar is now working. They should hopefully live right away in this bunkhouse here. And also the logging camp. That's fine. Now, let's talk about high school education. There's 2 buildings I would like to provide here right away. The first one is the newspaper. This one here increases the liberty nearby, but more importantly, it publishes propaganda for us that affects my citizens towards the revolutionary standing. So I would like to have this one here centrally, so we can have as many bunkhouses in its range as possible. Every bunkhouse is being affected by this newspaper here, right? So if we have it somewhere over here by the tavern, perhaps actually here. Yeah, we get almost all of the bunkhouses in. And the second building is my... Oh, sorry, we cannot build the clinic yet. I thought I could build the clinic. Nope, we need to advance for the next era. Pirate number 4, pirate attack. 4 people again, nothing to worry about. How's my rates looking? Fine. Revolutionary demand, complete the loot rate. We need to do this, of course. So let's go ahead and actually change this to 1 loot that I would like to have done at the very front of the queue, so we can finish this quickly. My pirates should be quick about it. Now, since we have some people actually this time around that we can work with, let's go ahead and build us some mines. Shall we do this? Basic mining is super important. And yeah, we do need some coal and iron. That's basically the only things we have here as far as I can see. A bit of gold, but that's really far away. Yeah, let's go ahead and build this 1 coal mine over here. I would like to build a second mine with the iron then. This is close, but it's possible. Somewhere over here, right? So this will actually have the resources for the iron. These are the cornerstones of my future weapon industry, because with that we can process it to steel then in the next era, and we can, well, start the raw material production though right away. We have more, right? So there's another iron deposit here and another coal deposit here that we should be able to squeeze in nicely. Close. And the gold. What do we do about the gold? Let's actually get this gold mine out there as well. They will need a bunkhouse close by. The same goes with those mines here. So they will certainly also need to have some place to live on. Let's build us another bunkhouse, probably somewhere over here. The thing with that is they're in the newspaper vicinity, right? So we do profit right away from them, from the propaganda effect. That's the mining. Yeah, doesn't take long for the mining to start. Let's increase the budget of these right away and let's import some people there too. And they will now produce coal and this one here, iron, that we're going to need for, yeah, exporting right now, later on for processing. Very juicy export right over here. $24,000, pushing us to 40,000. And I think we should have the raid now started, right? Yeah, the loot is on its way. And it's going to take them another 9 months. And then we have this finished. And we should get another nice boost from my revolutionaries. There it is also, my gold mine. Let's actually get it to the highest budget. People hopefully living in the bunkhouse right next to them. Living the dream. They're not looking so bad really, those bunkhouses. Even have a little garden up there on the roof. Looks like a decent way to live if it weren't for the low budget. But I can't control that, right? Right? By now, another problem becomes apparent, and that's my efficiency of my plantations. It's not great anymore. We're looking at 45% efficiency. That's because we're working in monoculture right now. That means the longer the plantation exists, the lower its efficiency gets, right? Because you're always using the same crops on the same soil. We want to change this up, so I'm going to change these plantations here now to multiculture. This is decreasing the efficiency by 40% flat, but it is increasing the efficiency by 10% for every plantation in the vicinity that has a different crop in the same work mode. And they're all in the different or on a different setting here, right? So I'm going to change this for all of them now. And we're going to build 2 more plantations in addition that have the same work mode then as well. Or at least one is fine. We have pineapple would still be available. We have cotton still available. It's not good here. Rubber. Rubber is actually okay. That's something we could have here. This would increase the efficiency then right away. And then I could have another one like cocoa. Not great. The only one more plantation, unfortunately, we can use, but that's not the end of it, of course. We can further increase it. We have a ranch over there. By the way, this ranch we should move. It's a bit too central there to my overall area, right? And it's also in only a medium setting there. So I would like to have it moved a bit where the fertility is a bit higher for it. So somewhere over here. Not possible? There is the... Right, so there is the site here. Let's also move that logging camp a bit further away. It's getting a bit low there on the logs on this side. So we can move buildings on the go, like this. And here we have that. Now this ranch here, we can actually change its work mode to pasture prohibition. And this ranch does not decrease the fertility in its vicinity anymore. It decreases the efficiency by 15%, but the ranch gains a stock of manure that can be transported to manure spreaders. So let's go ahead and now produce manure. And this one we can then use in a manure spreader. There it is. And that one is increasing then the efficiency of all plantations in its surrounding. So I'm going to squeeze it in here. And we are going to affect all 5 plantations here. There you go. Going to take a while, but it's going to have a nice effect on all of them. We're looking at 40% efficiency of the plantations now. And that's with the basic multiculture in effect, right? So this is only the flat line now, which is already as high as the monoculture, but the monoculture would have degraded further, right? So we have kind of like saved it there a bit. All right, nice exporting. Another 11,000. And also the loot comes in, and with that, 10 revolutionary immigrants once more. That we can use right away, of course, since we do need them. Next pirate attack, I was a bit slacking there. Oh, it's 2 infantry squads this time that attack us. Yeah, level up the food for people edict to the maximum. This is something that actually gets finished right away for the 10 revolutionary immigrants. And let's have another guard tower somewhere here. So we do need 2 of them now. Let's build it right away. The first pirates have been defeated anyway, so they're moving now to this guard tower again. But I will now, from now on, need 2 guard towers, which will cost me a bit more, of course. But these attacks, of course, only increase in size. So it's 2 of them now, every once in a while. Alright, $24,000 export. The rubber plantation we can change now to multicultural as well. Let's increase its budget, and let's import some more people with that. With the manure spreader, it's now activated. Perfect. Let's increase its budget there too. Increases the stock. No, we don't need to have any upgrades so far. Yeah, and we're looking at almost 50% efficiency for the plantations again, and this is only climbing now, because with multiculture and the manure spreader, we can increase fertility over time. So we kind of like stopped the degradation of these plantations here. These are still working on monoculture, but at a very high efficiency, so I can keep them there for the moment. Alright, of course we have the library, so I can start with some researching there as well, and we should do this. The Employee of the Month is one of my first researches. This one allows me to have an edict that employees of mines and industrial buildings work double shifts as long as this edict is active. And yeah, it's not that bad. We can finish this right away because we have amassed some knowledge points now that are being produced in the library. Is there another thing we could go for? The busker, the library modes, advanced boat services? Nah, not really. Nothing else I would need for now. The library is working, right, producing us something, but we can reduce its budget there because I don't need that many research points all the time. And with that, we have this new edict now. Let's go ahead. Employee of the month. 350 per month it costs me. Phew, that attack is still going on, and I think it's over now. And this was close. This guard tower almost got destroyed by that pirate attack. Let's repair that. Export trade route, fine. Nothing more than that. We have the rum and tobacco up and running right now. Can we go for something low here? Sugar, toys, gold, hides. 1,800 is a lot though. And gold 150, but with 40% below standard price. Not good. Still, we can finish this quickly, so let's do this. It's just a small loss here. Build a tavern. Nothing more than that. We can do this. Now, it's important to note that once I finish this quest, we're probably going to be the tipping point for the revolutionary approval rating. With that, we could advance to the next era. Do we have everything prepared for that? We have 200 people now. We have almost 50,000. We have a bustling mining economy now with iron and coal being exported. So we have everything prepared here. We got a nice plank production. I think we might be safe to advance now. Once again, 2 pirate squads attacking. This time though we have 2 guard towers that take care of them. Alright, for advancing, let's switch the work mode of the newspaper to the Independent. So citizens living in the vicinity of the newspaper have a chance of 25% to shift their political views towards the revolutionary faction. That's pretty important. Let's increase the budget for this. So we are now working full time on the expansion to the next era, the advancement. And we're also finishing that tavern now that we have for the demand. Exports are looking good and stable. My processing buildings have all the resources they need. We're at 59 out of 60. So we should tip it actually now with that. Let's increase the budget for all my bank houses. Increase my approval rating there a bit. To further increase my support, I would like to build a chapel now as well. So this one we can have then somewhere here in the city center. Accessible by everyone, but we will definitely need a few of them. These pirate attacks, they've destroyed my first tower there, by the way. We need more. Honestly, we need more guard towers. This one is being quickly rebuilt already. Increase the budget of them. Invite some people over. Build the chapel. Perfect. Perfect demand, because there we have the chapel. They're now attacking my rum distillery. What is going on? Why are they so strong? That's the last one. I think it was 3 squads attacking this time. Alright. That's the end of them, right? Yeah, that's the end of them for sure. And let's finish that chapel there too. And this should really tip us. Finished. And with that, we have finished the demand there as well. Another important building is the grocery store. Let's also get this one rather central. We can quickly build it. And this will be like a grocery store where people can purchase goods. It's a centralized storage area, right, where the workers are getting the resources in and people can purchase that. And it increases also their food happiness overall. So let's go ahead and increase that and also its efficiency. As the city center of Tropico is growing. We're still looking rather poor though, aren't we? And we have finally finished the task. So now I have a new task, and if I click on that, we will actually see then the advancement to the next era. Let's wait up this attack here. Stockpile a bit more money. 65,000 we have. That actually sounds good to me. The grocery store is also now working. One more thing I would like to build, and that we have here, and that's the fort. And the fort is a very cheap building that provides an infantry squad to fight the military conflicts. It decreases the liberty nearby. This is something we need because once we advance to the next era, people will actually want to vote, and I'm going to prohibit that. And this will then increase a revolutionary faction against me. So we do need to make sure that we actually can protect ourselves, El Presidente. And we have this fort rather close there as well to the city center, so that the palace is within range, so we can always protect the palace. And that it gets most of the city in there as well. Let's build it. Rather expensive building, but for now we can afford it. Also, all my upkeep costs will increase when we advance to the next era. So we need to really have the industry ready for this. The manure spreader is a bit low there, as far as I can see, though we have enough manure.
It's nice to have choices, isn't it?
Arrest revolutionary Tropicans, have a dungeon. Yeah, we can accept, but we are not going to need that anymore. Another huge export. Pushes us to 84,000. That's fine. I would like to wait for the 100,000, then we can advance. Alright, it's 91,000. I think we're fine with that. Another pirate ship is coming in. Perhaps it gets me some 10,000 credits more. Yeah, it did actually, and with that we have 100,000, and I'm fine now. Let's
The
advance.
people of Tropico love you almost as much as I do, Governor. We have such
Oh, Penultimo.
exquisite taste.
You sexy face, but we do not understand why we still take orders from the crown when we have the best possible leader in all the world right here. And on a completely unrelated note, I was idly scribbling with my quill and found I had inadvertently drafted this Declaration of Independence. Perhaps you might like to sign it, Governor. And yes, of course, we have two options here. Either we pay the crown some money and get it peacefully done, or we declare independence and prepare for war. Well, let's rather pay the 15,000. For that we have the money and can advance right away.
Excellent. I knew you had a good head on your shoulders and would want to keep it.
And Lord Roger Windham is also saying goodbye. And Toddlepip.
My heart
And with
swells
that,
with joy
World War
as I
era
meet
is
my
upon us.
fearless leader for
And
the
yeah, we
first time.
have finally paved roads. Holy cow.
Presidente.
We now need to also sign our first constitution. Right, and this is going to be interesting. This is going to decide the fate of Tropico for the ages to come. We only have two tabs available right now, the voting right. And of course, Tropico is the only true god in El Presidente in Tropico. And of course, no one is allowed to vote except employees of governmental buildings. And they vote, of course, for me. And those ballots cast to determine the position of the president. And in the armed forces, we're going with a militia. So soldiers require no education. In case of military conflicts, each barracks will provide one militia squad. And that's important because we need to, of course, yeah, be a bit convincing to my people. That's the right word, I think. The fort is up and running now. Let's import a few more soldiers. Let's increase its budget. And they should actually work on man the ramparts. The building does not provide a squad. No, offensive. No, defensive, right? The building provides a squad to defend against attackers that are in the surrounding area. And can we have something here? We can modernize the weapons to increase the fire rate by 110%. But only in the defensive one. Yeah. Arsenal and utility installation. Very important to keep the core quality of my workers up. That's of my soldiers. Because with that, they're a bit happier then. Alright, how's the volcano looking? Because from now on it can erupt, right? From now on this starts then. And of course we also have a whole bunch of new things to do for a new era. And the first one is also a new edicts. And the agricultural subsidies is a very important one here. 5,000 it costs me. And this increases the efficiency of all agricultural buildings by 25%. It also increases their upkeep by 50%. Which is fine because plantations usually don't cost you that much. But the efficiency upkeep is really, really helpful there. It's only on tier 0, so tier 1 and tier 2 then will provide more efficiency bonuses overall. Next up, new industry. We have already a hefty plank production, and I would like to process planks further into boats now. Processes planks to produce boats. It does cost me some 15,000 right away to build the first factory with the blueprints. And we can do this here at the docks right away. And I think we're going to build 2 of them right away as well. Let's go ahead and get us a street here too. And of course these people will want to live somewhere. And for that we have a new residential building for the poor. And that's the flop house. It's housing a few more people in it. And yeah, it just has a higher density overall. And wherever we build it, people will live, hopefully. Let's build actually one here. And probably another one here by the chapel a bit closer. Also, yeah, that's starting now right away. We have protests. They protest against healthcare happiness. It's only 2 of them for now. And we can negotiate. And that means, of course, we can bribe them to stay quiet. 1,500, we can easily afford this. An earthquake is happening over here. Lucky us, it's far away from my city. So we don't need to worry about that one bit. And also important, I would like to start now with the healthcare. So we can do this, the clinic, right away. And with that, we can actually now, provide some basic, decent healthcare.
These tremors surely do not herald a big quake.
Build safe zones inside buildings. Give me shelter for the earthquake. But it's far away, so I'm not expecting a lot of damage there. One major problem also comes with the new era, and that is that we are at 0 again with the new powers, right? So the crown is gone, and now we have Venezuela, for example. We got the smugglers, we got the Axis, and we also got somewhere over there the allies. There they are, right? And we are starting with them at the lowest price again possible for the exports. So this is going to hurt me a bit as well there, economically wise. And for now, there's not even one that we could go with heights, probably. 8,000 is a pretty high volume, though. Yeah, we can do this to increase our reputation with the allies, though, if I want to. And we probably want to. So that we have at least something going on here. The next freighter is coming in. Not a lot that we can export right now. Oh, the earth is shaking once more. And my shipyards are now in construction. The flop house is already finished. Looking really city-like already. There's going to be some people now living in. Hopefully the workers close by. Seems a bit more severe to me. 11,000. Yeah, not much. Not much. My economy is definitely more expensive than that. Let's have a look at construction office. We can add 4 more job positions. I would like to do this. So that we can finish those constructions quickly in the future, faster in the future. And there it is, my first shipyard. This is the foundation of a new industry, of a very highly specialized industry that gives me more valuable products at the end. Planks are in, the workers just need to get over here, and then we can actually start with boat production. That's my first specialty good after the rum that we want to export to the world for quite some time now. And with that, we continue onwards in the next episode of Tropico, World War era it is. The volcano is leaping so far, that's great. Perhaps more pirate attacks will come in again soon. Now we need to work on relationships with the superpowers, and of course getting profitable again. Stay tuned.
The recent spate of earth.
Let's face it, it's